I gotta go. I'm getting my picture taken for that magazine article in the morning.
What magazine article? All press needs to be cleared through me.
It's New York Magazine. They're doing a profile of 20 Manhattan singles, and it's called Single and Fabulous.
It sounds like one of the greatest jobs ever, being a sex columnist. Well, I'm here with our sultry sexpert, Simone Paget of the Sun, and she's going to tell us, one of the primo sex columnists in North America, what's it like being a sex columnist? Are there many openings in that field?
If you're looking to get into sex writing, first of all, you have to start with having a varied and chaotic dating life. I spent years doing a lot of research in the field, dating a lot of different people, and eventually writing about my experiences. And it's really fun because I get to write about what I'm super interested in, which is how humans mate and relate and date.
Are there any pitfalls to being a sex columnist?
Well, a lot of people don't want to date you because they're afraid you'll end up
you're going to be the Taylor Swift. You're going to Taylor Swift them.
Yeah, I relate very much to her struggle. But my thing is always like, if you don't want to be written about, don't do anything ridiculous. Just be normal.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. But so what are the positives about being a sex columnist?
Well, I have like more sex toys in my bedroom that I could possibly ever use.
A veritable tickle trunk, as Mr.
I have like an adult tickle trunk, and just getting to write about human relationships. I love it. I think humans are so interesting. Sex is so interesting. It's funny, it's sad, it's like sexy. So yeah, there's just so much to say.
So what you're saying is have lots of sex.
Yes.
Go on lots of dates.
Yeah.
And then have some ability to put a sentence together.
Yeah, exactly. I always equate, like I have a degree in anthropology, so I always equate like my career to being like Diane Fossey in the jungle, hanging out with the gorillas. Which would be
you categorize people when if you're sitting at a bar, say that person yes, that person no, or like not so much on their looks, but just the vibe they give off, given the anthropology aspect of it.
Yeah, I not so much like I just do that as a person who's kind of critical and likes judging people. But yeah, I do think like attraction for me is like pretty instant. Like I think it's like that for a lot of people. Like I know what I like and kind of, I'm always kind of thinking about these things and yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, do you ever see, the nebbishy looking guy, who's like 5'3", he's got pop bottle glasses and a pocket protector. Do you ever wonder what his sex life might be like, or is that too terrifying for you?
Oh no, I think I've learned like by talking to people and writing about this for like over a decade that you can't judge like a person on their appearance based, like you can't judge someone's sex life based on what they look like, because like we're all sexual beings, and a lot of people that you maybe don't expect are having a lot of sex are probably having more sex than you are.
Well, they say that, oddly enough, women who read romance novels like Harlequins and stuff like that have significantly richer sex lives than most other women. And same, oddly enough, with sci-fi fans. So I guess there's an element of not being able to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Are you still, can you still be shocked?
I'd like to think so. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff. I spent like most of 2018 and 2019 traveling to different sex resorts and reporting on them. And I've seen a lot of things that I can never unsee. I'd like to think I can still be shocked and surprised. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
We're reading a lot these days, Simone, about how Gen X in particular, and to a lesser extent, millennials as well, are having a lot less sex, which I mean to read having a lot less fun as well. What's going on with that? Why is that?
Well,
Is there a new Victorianism?
No, I don't think so. I think our attitudes are opening up more about sex. I think in the case of like people in that age group, I'm kind of like in that age group of like borderline Gen X, older millennial. There's just a lot of stress. I think people are really stressed. There's a lot of things we're dealing with. We're dealing with kids. We're dealing with like sometimes grandkids, rising housing costs, coronavirus. Like there's a lot going on. I think people are like almost like kind of too stressed to let go.
You know what the great stress reliever is, the magic bullet.
Yeah, but it's like, I know sex is like a huge stress release, but like I think it's like the sort of like the getting from point A to B, there's like a lot of stuff in between. And also like I could see like millennials maybe making different choices because there is still like the pandemic happening. They're maybe not like out having as much kind of one night stands or like going, you know, to places where they'd be able to have that kind of experience because of the, you know, just the general state of the world right now. So they're maybe making more like, I'd like to think quality over quantity choices when it comes to pursuing sexual experiences.
Okay, well, I'm Gen X too. I'm less kind on that view, but you're the sexpert, not me. But the other thing is, do you think, you know, you've said that you're bisexual. Do you think because you are bisexual, that gives you a better perspective of writing a sex column?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely helped open up my perspective. I know a lot of other sex writers and sex researchers that only sleep with one gender. I don't think it's like a make or break kind of thing, but it's definitely opened my perspective up to how women act in relationships and how men and women act in relationships. And it is different. Yeah, so I think it's opened my perspective for sure.
Well, a friend of mine who was in a relationship with a woman for another woman, she's a woman for a while, you know, she said to me that, you know, it was insane because all they ever wanted to do was talk about feelings, but which was good for a while, but then after that, not so much. Let us know what you think down below and subscribe to our YouTube channel and read Simone Paget's column Monday in the Sun newspapers.